how come it happened here and not in Virginia Beach or New York or Europe or Seattle? Okay? How come all these events happen here? Okay? There's a lot of answers, and I'm going to give you a few options, and then you can all decide and choose which one you want. Okay? One of the answers goes back to the location of our little land in the ancient world. Okay, the ancient world was actually dominated by two very important empires that are on both sides of us. Okay, so this is the land of Canaan, where we are now. So on this side and on this side, there's two empires. When one goes up, the other goes down. Okay, who are these two empires? One's over there, where the steps are. Mesopotamia. Okay, the land between the rivers. That's, by the way, that's what Mesopotamia means. It's in Greek. Meso, middle. Potamia, potamos, river. Middle of the rivers. Mesopotamos. Okay, the land between the rivers. The land between the rivers, a major civilization is founded way back in the 5th. Oh, it's a Hyrax. What are they called? Hyrax. 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 Okay? So Mesopotamia is way up in the north, all right? What we have down there in the south, where that antenna is, that red gate, another major empire of the ancient world, Egypt. Okay? These two empires are active and flourishing 1,000 years before the first Hebrew. Okay, the first Hebrew man, Abraham. He is born into a civilized world with these two major civilizations kind of balancing each other. Where's the balancing point? Here. Okay, so let's look at Abraham's world. Okay, he is born in Mesopotamia. Okay, he's born in a town called Ur. Ur of the Chaldeans. And he's raised there, and he sees what these people are doing. They're worshiping idols, and they have the ziggurats and the moon and whatever. And one morning he argues with his father and says, "Why are we doing all this?" And then God calls him and says, "Go." You all read Genesis, yeah? And he goes. He goes part way. He goes along the river to Haran, which is in Turkey, and then he takes a turn and he starts walking down, and he enters the land of Canaan. Okay. When he reaches the land of Canaan, he spends a few years here with the locals as a foreigner. Ger is the name for a foreigner, G-E-R. He's a foreigner. After a while here, he keeps on his travels all the way down to Egypt. Spends a few years there, gets in trouble. Remember? The Pharaoh, he likes his wife, and he says to his wife, "Pretend you're my sister. If they know you're my husband, they'll kill us." And Sarah. And then after a while in Egypt, they come back, and this is when he finally pitches his tent in Mamre, in Hebron, and the Hebrew dynasty or the Hebrew people start here. But after his travels, and after he visits these two places, okay, they were not ripe for Abraham's message. Here, there's 1,000 years of worshiping the moon. And not down there's 1,000 years of worshiping the sun, with priesthood, with classes, with language, with messages that have been seeping down for 1,000 years. He chooses the bridge between the two to pitch his tent and start spreading his message. Okay? See how Abraham knew his ancient geopolitics and chose the middle section. Okay. Now, how did he travel? Sorry?
Didn't you say, and everybody's got to travel through here?
Okay, so not only that everyone has to travel through here. They travel on an ancient highway, okay, called the Via Maris. That's the Roman name of this Via Maris, but this is the ancient highway, even when Abraham traveled on it. We actually know the path, okay? So the path followed the Mediterranean, and somewhere along the Mediterranean it had to cross over the mountains of the center of Israel. Where did it cross? The Jezreel Valley, okay? So he crosses the Jezreel Valley, now he's on the other side. Now he follows the Jordan, but sooner or later he meets this big rock. Okay, where is he going? He's going to Mesopotamia. He needs to pass this big Mount Hermon. So if you pass from the left side, it takes you away from where you're going. You need to pass from the right side. Okay, so this ancient highway that's called Via Maris was used not only by the ancient Canaanites, but later on by the Greeks and later on by the Romans. The Romans left markers on the ancient Banios, and there's one there. Okay, I'm not very good at throwing my baseball, but okay. So there's a yellowish stone pillar with a rock on it. You see it? So when I'm done with the talk, you go up there, check me. It has writing on it. Okay, that yellow pillar is called a milestone. If they find it here, it means that we are on the ancient highway. Okay, I can tell you exactly where we are on the ancient highway. It circles around the head of the water. Okay, the spring starts a river, right where we are. Okay, so if you have to cross over, you can either find a bridge or walk all the way till it ends, pass it, and keep on going. You are exactly standing on the ancient highway that we have ours. That's why Banios is so important. It's not just the spring, it's not just the shrine, it's also the bottleneck. Anyone moving around the ancient world has to pass through Banios. Everyone. Okay? Including who? Who walks on the way to Damascus? This is the road to Damascus. See it? Okay. So where exactly did you fall off a horse? And somewhere on the road to Damascus, because the next station after Banios on the highway that faces Mesopotamia goes through Damascus. It's like the next water station, oasis, civilization. It's on the other side of the map. Look at the maps when you go back to the bus and see where Damascus is, right on the other side of Mount Hermon. Fed from the same springs that the ones that go east. We have the springs that go south. Okay? Questions about this? Because I was also asked about modern.
Have many of those been found?
Many of those will be found. You'll also see one later this afternoon in Capernaum, which is also on the
And what they believe is how far apart are they to keep the wanderer?
We know exactly how far apart they are. Because what's the name of that rock? Milestone. Okay? So you put one every mile. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. How far is a mile back in the Roman time? How do we know? It's the name. Mile means 1,000. Millennium. Yeah. Mile is 1,000 steps. Okay, every 1,000 steps, they put a milestone. Bible, okay, like the Canaanite tribes, and we can see because the people that Abraham is dealing with. There's a big war. It's called the War of the Four Kings against the War of the Five Kings. There's a list. Abraham partners with some of the kings and they go fight the others. Those are the people that are living here. Okay? Shinar, Adolam, there's like a list.
So he's fought his way through.
Well, he actually came here on peaceful terms, Abraham, but he got involved with a big local war because they kidnapped his nephew Lot, and he was out to save him. Okay, you guys got to go back and read Genesis.
They have a lot more meaning.
Okay, you see, he has to.
Were they paid? They were paid.
Everyone, yeah. Well, Abraham is the first one who kind of turns us back to paganism with worshiping the one God. But we'll talk about this in Jerusalem. Probably there was an earlier cult in the region worshiping the one God, and his name is Melchizedek. Okay, remember right at the very beginning of Genesis, Abraham meets Melchizedek, and the conversation between them shows that it's possible that Abraham might have thought he's the first monotheistic believer, but he comes here and he finds another person. And actually you can see that between the conversations with them, Abraham is actually kind of looking up to this individual, Melchizedek, which we don't know a lot about. The Christian church adopted him as a prefiguration of something. Yeah?
Some do.
Right? Some do.
Yeah.
Some do. Yeah. Mysterious ancient biblical thing. Books were written about this. Yeah, you'll love it. Okay, we're good with this? So we switch 4,000 years, fast forward to today. Why did Israel fight a war over this water? You all know that the 6-day war started because of this water. This spring we saw.
Dry up.
Okay, so here's the problem with the water. Correct. So, okay, this is what we got this is what Israel got in 1948 after fighting our independence war. Okay? Sorry, not all this.